Okay, welcome back to Western Mike. This is Good Morning YouTube, and today's topic is going to be life likes chaos, narcissists, the obvious. This is another example of that this week. Life is all about chaos, and narcissists, they're about chaos, but narcissists are also always about the obvious. Uh, where to begin with this week? I think there are a lot of, might share a video. I think I'm going to share a reaction video. I'm going to share a video about, I think, the conditions in California. Might try to do that. Not sure how to do that because it was somebody who is a well-spoken, informed conservative, and uh, you, you know, uh, a lot of the a lot of the issues were correct. So, let's see. I think there's a way to share your screen or screen share. Yeah, I think that there is a screen share. Okay, allow to share. Okay. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We are going to go to YouTube and I think we're probably on YouTube or customize, maximize. Oh, here we go. Okay. And then I think testing whether we're going to YouTube. And then we're going to go to okay. And let's play this video. This No, yeah, that's certainly that's certainly true. There is a lot in California that is to be revered. California is California's landscape is next to no other. It's superior. So if you're really an outdoorsy person, I'm an outdoorsy person. Oh well, we'll try to be an outdoorsy person, but am an outdoorsy person to an extent. Don't know about you, but me, I'm definitely an outdoorsy person. Would be an outdoor cat. California does have some nice things to it, so outdoorsy people would greatly benefit from many of the things about California. So there are definitely some things about California that are worth looking at. Uh, there are way too many cons, but also some things worth looking into. Yeah, that's what to do. Yeah, if didn't already have family and work here, wouldn't be here. Only reason why I'm staying is because of the little positive things going on in the state of California. Uh, in a in a Paxa in a Pacafornia, and California, and Crazyfornia. Uh, yeah, yeah, like Ben Shapiro said, have attempted to enjoy California, have attempted to do this, have tried to be all the city many times, and most of those times, outside of work, outside of social stuff, most of the times this has just been totally unsuccessful. And it's because of a lot of stuff that's about to come up and what he's saying. So, um, let's see. Okay, yeah. And let's see. Is this okay? Maybe what if we do this? Let's do want to do this for a second. Um, wait, hold on. Oh, okay, yeah. So that was weird. So yeah, looks like we're going to screen share again. Screen share again. Apologies. And then we're going to go. Where are we? Apologies, guys. Having some technical difficulties. Going to. Oh gosh, what's going on here? Not sure what's happening. It looks like it's echoing also. Uh, okay, no, yeah, this is so annoying right now. Oh, okay, so here we are. Here we are back. Here we are back. Testing to see if we're gonna testing. And yeah, so it's still doing the uh, remove host. Remove host. Okay, so not doing the echo anymore. Apologies about that. Got some crazy here. But then going to do the screen share again. And I'm going to, oh, that's what happened. Okay. So going, yeah, just think everything got mixed up. Going to finish this video. And screen share again. Screen share again. Now it's not allowing screen share again. Not letting me share my screen again. What's going on? Not letting me screen share again. Was letting me screen share before. Okay, so we're gonna have to allow to share the window. Yeah. So then screen share. We are having some technical difficulties today, guys. Apologies. Was in the middle of showing a video, attempted to show it so that didn't have to keep switching, screens. And it seems as though there's been a stall. And now we're unable to get the video going. And the screen share, that's not really working. So we're hate when stuff like this happens. Something works for a while, and then it stops working. Apologies about this. Allow to share to window. Allow to share to window. Unable to. Yeah, and it's saying unable to do this. Why? Video. No, not upload video. And I'm trying to do. No, yeah, no, not extra camera. Just share screen. Gosh, what is going on? So this is not okay. So it's just going to keep on playing the video in the background. No, yeah, that is definitely true. The quality of life, quote, in California has drastically deteriorated. Uh, and we're going to discuss some of my personal reasons why coming up, but people like Mr. Shapiro and a lot of folk have some horror stories about California. Unable to share screen. Even though, yeah, it keeps saying unable to share screen, and then it goes away. You're not really able to do anything. And so, no, yeah, it's just completely not listening. Um, no, yeah, see, maximized the window again, and this didn't pop up. So it's not letting me share the video again, which that is beyond annoying. But mhm. No, yeah. People are most definitely leaving San Francisco. San Francisco has become a barren wasteland. San Francisco is perhaps the most neglected city in these United States. San Francisco used to be a vibrant city where you would see somebody on every block, multiple people on every block, and now San Francisco looks like a place where if you see anybody on the sidewalk, you're lucky. And a lot of that is even in the downtown area. In the downtown area, you see other people around you on the sidewalk. You're lucky. So, uh, wow. Okay, so yeah, he dropped the hammer. He put his foot down, and oh gosh, what is going on here? Uh, it's just screen sharing not allowed. No, yeah, that's some bug. And it might even be just think that that's perhaps a ploy to purchase a Restream product, and I'm not going to purchase any Restream products right now. Attempted to use screen share, and then attempted to use screen share, and I'm getting docked. I'm getting punished for that, basically. So I'm not going to do that right now. But here's what I am going to do. I'm going to roast California. I'm going to roast the uh, just and sadistic bureaucrats in the state of California. And this state, in this week alone, okay, so now that keeps going on again and again and again. Just in this state, in this week alone, have been summoned to jury duty and an electrical panel replacement. Uh, these things may occur both in blue and red states. Both in blue and red states, you'll be called to jury duty. Both in blue and red states, you may even be required to elect, not requested, but required to replace your electrical panel. You might have to do this wherever you are, but this seems like more of a California thing to do because California has a lot of seatbelters, always trying to mismanage and micromanage everybody. Okay, that's what California is known for. And these also tend to be folk who don't really care about what's going on. If you notice that about them, these seatbelters in the span of one week's time, 1 week's time, the seatbelters summoned me both to jury duty and to electrical panel replacement. Have a Zinsco electrical panel, so have to replace that. It's small and probably not going to have to spend too much. That's fortunate. I'm fortunate for that, and we'll learn some things. That's cool. But this is another example of doing something because somebody else wanted me to do it, not doing something because I want to do it. Increasingly in California, it seems as though you're doing things because other people want you to do things, not because you want to do those things. This has been a bit of a low downtime for me lately. Have not really been socializing that much, just don't want to. There's too much, crap going on. There's too much unnecessary drama, conflict going on. So again, even that's happening when don't really want it to be happening. That's happening because basically have to do that instead of wanting to do that in peacetime, wanting to do that when everybody and their grandmother are not getting into fights. This is constant in California. And then yesterday was walking and once again overheard the eavesdroppers sitting outside their tables in downtown Larkspur, and overheard one of them as soon as was walking past, perhaps talking shit about me for quote walking around. For walking around. Seriously, this is stuff that I have to deal with in Larkspur every single day. It's just the stereotype of people sitting at outdoor tables and gossiping about the first person who walks past them. That is no more untrue than in the state of California. What is it with the outdoor seating situation going on in California? They're not doing it to be enjoying the outdoors. They're doing it to be nosy and to talk shit about everybody. You don't believe me? Just go over there, take a look around for yourself. You'll probably see some rude tourist who, in California, they always sit at their table outside at a restaurant and make snide, snarky comments about other people passing by. I've had to put some of them in their place before when they're walking around, and then those folks sitting at the tables, they would just start commenting, nasty. Just these people need to get a life. And these seem to be the same kinds of motherfuckers who have now summoned me both to jury duty and to electrical panel replacement on 1 week. And probably not the only person dealing with that. there are probably other people having to deal with BS like this from the bureaucracy in the state of California. Forgive the multiple share window pop-ups. Was attempting to do that before. It wouldn't let me, and now it's bugging me about that. But this is just an everyday occurrence in California. You know, you deal with just unnecessary red tape, and then you deal with social red tape a second later. We're a second later. We'll get into a narcissistic rant later on. We're not discussing that right now. Right now, we're discussing just the insane bureaucracy in the state of California. California bureaucracy has become, yes, in many ways, it's become just totally unlivable, as Ben Shapiro said. Getting summoned to jury duty and to an electrical panel replacement twice, two things in 1 week like that. That's just, I think, the way the cookie crumbles in this state of California. This may have California is a bellwether for the nation, so this may be what's going on with putting up with other people these days in general. It's just you know, everything's going to be going well. You're going to be saving money. You're going to be in the middle of a lot of just you know, cool projects that you're doing, and then next thing you know, your people are bugging you. People are trying to pull a shakedown on you. You have to do jury duty and an electrical panel replacement. Leave a comment in the comment section. Subscribe if you dare. Not sure what to do with recorded videos right now, but we're at least doing live videos. And just have any ideas, shoot them my way. And just California, not sure if that's California or just in general, but it's ridiculous. Why would somebody summon somebody to both jury duty and an electrical panel replacement all in 1 month? All in 1 month. Oh no, yeah, and this is my favorite month. It's not April. It's not April. It's May. But yeah, you pretty much ruined May for me. You ruined, you know, stuff that I've been doing, kind of away from other people lately. Over the last over these last couple of months, over these last couple of years, even over these last couple of years. And I'm not the only person dealing with this. I'm definitely not the only person dealing with this. I'm pretty sure that this isn't, you know, directed at me, that everybody's having to deal with this. Every time I've asked somebody, you know, I've told somebody, hey, so this happened, you know, then somebody on the phone tells me, no, yeah, you're way not alone. You're way not alone. So at least that happens in the state of California. People telling you you're not alone. You're not the only one having to put up with these struggles. But it is annoying, isn't it? And it is annoying, isn't it? That you know, you can't seem to go a couple months without appointments. Some of these appointments are stuff that I agreed to do and that I had to do, but I kind of wanted to do. Other of these appointments, stuff you have to do, and it's just really poorly timed. I really don't appreciate people like myself, probably others, having to get summoned to two things, jury duty and panel replacement, all in 1 week. That's just beyond fucked up. And, you know, wouldn't be surprised if it was one of these narcissists doing this. Because while life likes chaos, narcissists like the obvious. You know, narcissists do everything from an obvious standpoint. Narcissists like to make it obvious that they're being a narcissist. So you walk past a narcissist, they'll get mouthy, even though you can hear it, even though other people, even though you know and everybody else knows. Just the narcissists, even they may know, but it doesn't matter to them now, does it? They just keep on mouthing off at you and anybody else who walks past their table. They keep on saying stuff that they know sounds rather obvious, or that is just rather either impertinent or just kind of beyond whimsical. Narcissists make everything they do obvious. They don't try to conceal their act at all. You'd think that narcissists attempt to at least conceal, that they attempt to at least be a little bit more discreet. But no, whenever you deal with a narcissist, it's always going to be obvious. It's always going to be rather obvious. It's always going to be rather verbose. You try to say to them, thank you very much, and that's just not enough for them. Or just you're being polite to them, and you're seeing if there's somebody who you really want to even speak to. And again, always the people sitting outside tables, they see somebody who stands out in some way because they're having to do something, and the narcissist just starts calling stuff out, and they ask a question. The person is polite to them, but then the person just keeps on asking more and more questions, starts grilling people who are just walking past, or you walk past narcissists, and when they're not being maybe a little bit overly friendly, they're being critical, they're being harsh, judgmental, they're being hostile, just mouthing off at you. Narcissists, every single time I've walked past them, especially at these tables, they're always either overly friendly, and just they can't help but just constantly ask questions. Either that, or they're just being rude, or they're just being straight up rude. It's obvious. It's so obvious. No, yeah, narcissists with the attention seeking is always either just excess friendliness. Would say, if you ask me, it's always either excess friendliness or just uh, you know gossiping, even to your face. They gossip to your face, and they act aggressive, and then they blame you for being aggressive. Yeah, one time walked past one of these feminist restaurants, and some of the people sitting there, a few dudes were sitting at a table there, and because of the way I was dressed, they started mean mugging. They started to mean mug me, and I simply said to them, "What's the deal here?" And then they accused me. They accused me of being aggro. This happened over at one of the feminist restaurants. Over at another feminist restaurant one time, had to put one of these people in their place because I said, "What?" Because person probably doing all this stuff. He was walking. I was walking. Again, I was I was maybe more dressed than I had to be, but I wanted to wear something cool. And this guy just kind of got in my face. He didn't just excuse himself and keep walking the other way. Just got in my face and being all confrontational with me. And you know what? Not sure if they meant it toward me or him, but some people sitting at a table outside a restaurant in California, they just couldn't help but be all nasty. So you have to deal with this constantly in public. Just one person bugs you about their opinion, and then the other person, nearby will then butt in. And meanwhile, this is all a conversation that you didn't want in the first place. So not only you didn't want conversation in the first place, but then not only are you dealing with some weirdo approaching you, accosting you in public, you're also then dealing with another weirdo over there who so yeah, this one weirdo, this one California narcissistic weirdo is accosting you in public because you looked at them for 1 second. Well, because you're looking at them because they're forcing you to look at them. It's not because you're inviting them. It's because they're forcing you to look at them because they're being a weirdo. And then the other weirdo nearby sees this. And no matter whether you were trying to say no or not, regardless of that secondary weirdo then butts in on the already unwanted conversation. How many times have you had to deal with this in modern public settings, particularly in places like I like it more than Larkspur, but particularly in places like San Francisco? Probably happens more in Larkspur than San Francisco, but no, yeah, many times would attempt to just pass by people and mind my own business, and then they start talking, and also it would be multiple people at once, so that would already be kind of intimidating, that multiple people are not letting me pass them. They just have to, kind of force me to have conversation with them just because I'm walking past them. And then, uh, you know, uh, my response to that is not a particularly good one. But then the person walking behind me just starts talking to them and coddling them, I guess. So, yeah, that too, that too. So if I don't stop for narcissists, then somebody else stops for them. That happened too. Was walking down the street near my house one day, and these kind of drunk cyclists who were huddling in a corner started bugging me, and I was like, nah. I was nah, piss off. Was already dealing with a lot of rude behavior that week, so I didn't say the best thing, but I said nah, piss off. And then the guy walking behind me just starts talking to them, just starts talking to them. Oh, this guy will ignore you, so you know what? I'm going to acknowledge you. He be doing that. So yeah, you have to deal with this with the narcissists a lot. They triangulate a lot. They're always being either, like said about the narcissists at the outdoor seating tables, they're always either being just excess friendliness or just outright hostility and foreseeable accusations. But that don't matter to them now, does it? They just, pick up and start doing that. Narcissists don't care if everybody and their grandmother can see them, sees what they're doing. And that doesn't matter to them. No, they don't care. They just do it anyway. Now, and how many times have you dealt with this? And this seems to be superfluous, and this seems to be, related to, if not relegated to, the state of California. Um, I am appalled by the social scene in California. We have some good places with some good people running these places, but we do not have good people in these places. The people make these places you have to avoid a lot of the time. It's not the place's fault. They're doing what they can. It's the folk who tattle on you. It's the folk who then try to coax you and will blame you when things don't go their way. This is just, the talking shit about you and then turning around and acting like you're the one disturbing other people. This is the script in California. And then when you're not dealing with this, Californians end up getting summoned both to jury duty and to panel replacement all in 1 week. Uh, have got stuff that got to do at work, have got stuff that got to do at home. It's not like I'm just a couch potato. I'm having to really, really pay attention to my diet right now. Was listening to this on YouTube too. Apparently might be still fucking my diet a little bit. Would have an ice cream sandwich as a daily treat. Might have to look for another daily treat. And was also having pasta salmon every day. Might have pasta salmon on the weekend, and might have to switch to, rice salmon during the week. Still something pretty good, or maybe at least even orzo. So still pasta, but maybe not something that's not healthy. Could be a little bit healthier though. No, yeah, just worried I'm still not totally where I need to be with my diet. Because if you look at me, I look okay. I look okay, but I still have, clearly some way to go here. And if we look at the scale, no, yeah, I'm 140. I'm 146 basically. And earlier this week I was 141, 142. So that's one challenge that I'm having right now is we'll weigh less during the week, but then during the weekend, for some reason, a lot of that weight is coming back. Might be about eating more, but I'm focused on health, and I'm not even drinking right now. I'm not even going out right now. Would not want to go out in the state of California most of the time because every time you go out in the state of California, you deal with crazy people. There are so many crazy people. Crazy people in California will mean mug you, will assault you. Dealt with that twice the other day, and wore my suit only once, basically this month, and got harassed both by assault and mean mugging. Uh, one time each incident, so twice on Thursday. This one old lady, I waited for people to get off BART, but then this one old lady, I'm trying to get away from her, trying to let her pass while still getting on the train. She just, and yeah, I was in nice clothing, and the old lady, she felt the need to use me as her personal railing, and she wouldn't get the fuck off me. I was like, get the fuck off me, and no, yeah, she didn't even turn around. She just did that and then went the other way. I thought that this woman was about to uh, yell at somebody. I thought that she was about to, that even she was about to launch a brawl with somebody smack dab right there on the BART platform, if not in the train. It seemed like this lady was just up to no good. A lot of old ladies, some of them can be cool, but it seems that most of them in the state of California are up to no good. They just want to start trouble. And the second that you're around them, the second you don't do what they're looking for, they're going to subject you to, pretty harsh treatment, pretty rude treatment. Why would you shove somebody for dressing nicely who was trying to get out of your way? And that person even no, that person was not, rudely trying to, cut everybody in line and BART. That person waited for other people to get off, and because he's in a suit, um, you're going to shove that guy and act like he was in your way. No, yeah, that lady, the people like this, they do it because they think they can. They do it because they think they can. See like a cool. Oh, that's a see like a cool light fixture up there. It looks like a face up there. Doesn't that kind of look like a face up there? So, but then also the other thing that happened was a crazy guy walking ahead of me kept stopping and turning around and staring. Wanted to deck this guy. Wanted to deck this guy. Um, So yeah, we're gonna stay on page. That was not even 2 hours later. Then dealt with a crazy person on the streets in San Francisco, and he kept stopping and staring. He kept stopping, turning around and staring. Was scared and was about to deck this guy. Um, all this because was wearing a suit and didn't even have a fucking tie on. But this is how you get treated if you look somewhat rich in California. You have to deal with narcissists, and when they're not, mean mugging or just assaulting you, they're just straight up harassing you in some way, and they always try to pin you as the one harassing everybody. This is the way the cookie crumbles in the state of California right now. California used to be that people may be a little bit quirky, but they're still at least joking and they're still at least talking to you. Now, these days, people get in your face with a silent treatment here. That's what people do in the state of California. They get in your face. It's just a bunch of narcissists who get in your face with a silent treatment. Then they have the nerve to bitch about you not wanting to be their friend, not wanting to go out on dates with them. Why would somebody want to go out on dates or be friends with people who make them feel like they are unwelcome, like they have to be scared, like they can't go anywhere without having to maybe not constantly look over their shoulder, nothing that extreme, but at least have to be aware, aware, aware in California? The only annoying thing about California is that the seatbelters of the world here keep either harassing you or expecting you to do too many things at once, i.e., the i.e. the electrical panel, i.e. the jury duty, all in 1 week like this. Now, you don't have to do the electrical panel right away. You can replace your electrical panel within the next 6 months. So they're being lenient on that front. But, somebody knew that some jury summons were going out. And then they go and do that. And then when I go into downtown Lawrenceburg on Friday evening, despite all this, because I want to socialize with the people who care about, with the people who are nice to me, then once again, potentially overheard one of these seatbelters, one of these gossipy seatbelters at an outdoor restaurant table, talking shit about me walking around. And then just the bellowing that followed. It seems as though there is a bit of a smear campaign in the state of California and against anybody who's trying to be the solution and not the problem. Narcissists, they're obvious as their middle name. You'll notice that narcissists tend to say a lot of obvious things, even when they're not being particularly dangerous. Narcissists, yes, will still say a lot of things that don't need to be said, and it's an effort of shout talking, and it's an attempt at conversational dominance. The narcissist is an energy vampire who constantly the narcissist is an energy vampire who constantly seeks to be the center of attention, no matter what the cost, at any cost. No, yeah. Don't think that anybody from the electrical company today is going to be, a douchebag. That's almost always been construction workers, but don't think that that's been, electrical or plumbing or something like that. It looks like we have a couple people tuning in now. Thanks for joining the show. No, yeah, narcissist, obvious is their middle name. Everything narcissists do is obvious. They don't care. You think they care that everybody and their grandmother can see what they're doing? They're celebrating that. They're not celebrating anybody around them, but they're celebrating that. The narcissists are celebrating that. They do that every time. Narcissists expect you to notice what they're doing because that's what they're always trying to attempt and accomplish. They want to be noticed in an infamous way. They don't want to be famous. They don't want to be celebrated. Narcissists don't want to be celebrated. They don't want fame. Narcissists want infamy. Infamy. It's kind of like it's infamy. 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 That's a narcissist. Me, me, me. And they don't care if they're just being that annoying tourist who keeps stopping everybody the second that they walk past their table and says either something that, in my mind, is a bit overly friendly, or they say something that is just unnecessarily gossip, just gossiping unnecessarily. And everybody can hear this, people can see this, and in many cases, they're even looking at the narcissist, like, what is wrong with you? What the hell is the matter with you? And it don't matter to them. They just keep on doing it. You'll see them smiling because everybody's attempting to not gaslight them. They think it's gaslighting, but other normal people in public who are not being loud for no reason, they're attempting to get the narcissist to see the narcissist to see the narc to see the errors of her ways, but she don't care. No, so if everybody, I've seen this happen a few times. Everybody kind of looks to see if the narc, if she's going to look back, if she's going to then say, "Oh, sorry." Maybe in fantasy land that will happen, but down here in the real world, in the planet Earth, you try to confront a narcissist and they're just going to laugh at you. Saw a video where a guy was confronting everybody on the bus, kind of like in the movie Boys in the Hood. A parent got on a school bus telling everybody, my daughter's going to get on this bus and you're going to shut your mouth. And did the kids on the bus shut their mouth? No. One kid was saying, why do we have to do this? And then as soon as the parent got off, pretty much every kid on that bus started laughing, laughing at him, laughing at somebody's parent. If I was a daughter, I'd be totally embarrassed. I wouldn't want to talk to anybody on that bus. I'd be like, isn't this why my dad is doing this? I don't want to be on a bus with these people. I don't want to share a classroom with these clowns. I don't even talk to these clowns. I don't know these clowns after school. I don't know these clowns after school. And it's just, why would anybody want to talk to people like this? This isn't just California, but California is prevalent with this. It's just folk acting like they're the shit. People acting like they're the shit. Just I don't. Leave a comment in the comment section. Have you ever actually wanted to befriend a rooftop killer? Have you ever wanted to defend? Have you ever wanted to be around quite a few people tuning in today? Cool. Thanks, guys. Have you ever wanted to defend a ceiling microphone? A ceiling microphone? Me, not really. It's kind of about to rain again on the weekend. The weekends here are weird. It's always either hot and raining or sunny but cold. So you don't really ever quite know what to do around here. Can't really blame the narcissists on this one front, is that all they have to do is sit outside a restaurant all day and just talk a bunch of shit about everybody else. They could be doing stuff, but instead they're just sitting at their tables and gossiping about everybody. And then they're also even misbehaving at school, or they're just constantly making a scene on public transit like a total dweeb, It's just talking shit about people, having too many expectations about people, and then a day later they're sitting on the bus, they're convulsing. So this one narcissist-seeming guy on my bus was just kept clearing his throat every 5 seconds, and think he even has a habit of scanning people, scanning around. So scanning and then throat clearing. That's kind of I think that's kind of a combination to be wary of. So, no, yeah, today have to have more meetings today. Going to schedule an inspection for next week. No, yeah, you'd think that folk would help you already do this. Since it's a mandate, you'd think that people are going to just help people with this. Like, hey, everybody's doing this. How about we all just do this for everybody right now and get this out of the way? Here's the permit. Here's the inspection. And then you can foot the bill, and maybe we get the electrical panel bill squared away for you, so that we can't use the funds that you already paid us with. That was for other services such as common areas, things like that. But we could maybe at least what I would do would be to dock the next couple months of pay from homeowners. That's what I would do following this latest mandate from the state of California. Yeah, you deal with all these crazy mandates in California, and then next thing you know, you're dealing with, people, downtown areas, being loud and sounding like they're talking shit about everybody around them, and giggling about it. It's just that this is just beyond the scope of normal for me. Margin K. Kavusi says, good morning, afternoon. Thank you. Morning and afternoon to you as well. Thank you to everybody tuning in. We're basically going to wrap up the show here. We have a couple minutes left. Thank you. Thank you for the comment there. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Uh, Miss K Kavusi, anybody in the chat? Anybody on the show? What's your thoughts on California? Just too many expectations, day in, day out from the bureaucrats. Too many drama queens. So, the state of California, quality of life in California, financial shakedowns, harassment. We not quite sure what's going on here. Don't ever, you'll see me maybe perhaps sometimes reacting, but on the street you'll also see me kind of looking at everybody like, am I dreaming? So, California is a puzzle to me. Not ever really quite sure what to do in this state. Not really ever quite sure how to talk to people because don't know how they're going to react, and also don't know if it's going to be a weekend of solace, or if it's not Happy Friday. It's more like the gift that keeps on giving. Miss K Kavusi says, like that last name, K Kavusi. I personally love Cal, but I only visit but don't live there. Yeah. Honestly, if my family weren't here, if my job was not here, this would be a tourist destination for me, but it wouldn't be a residential location for a number of reasons. Miss K Kavusi, have you seen what I've seen with the tourists? They get on a bus that's not a tour bus and they make a scene, or these tourists, even locals, they might even act like a tourist and they sit at their dining fancy tables all day, and they could be doing something, but instead they're gossiping about, even mouthing off at anybody who walks past them. I have to deal with this in California all the time. Every time I walk in public, it's not every time, but pretty much every time in public in California, can't walk past a table at a restaurant without some yo-yo there, either talking shit about me for walking past them, or even just not only that, just straight up mouthing off at me. Have had some kids say hi just to say hi, but it was kind of like using bro like it's the N-word, people kind of people be using the word bro like it's the N-word, not like an actual term of endearment. No, yeah, and kids would do that, and kids here, they say hi like they're calling you a punk. They're not saying hi to, appreciate that you're exercising or that you're participating in the scene. No, even the kids around here will say hi to you, like you're a punk, like they're mocking you. I had some kids in California one time, and they yelled, "You looked at my sister." That's not appropriate. That's not something appropriate to do at all. Is to straight up accuse people of stuff, and they weren't even talking to you. It's just it's ridiculous. I've seen the extremely expensive everything and the homeless problem. Yeah, definitely. You can just ignore them. Mullet McNasty says legalize meth. Yeah, but I don't want somebody to blow up everybody's houses, especially after we all had to change electrical panels. So I don't really want to do that. If I mean, we could, but have seen too many horror stories about meth, and oh yeah, meth, aging people, blowing up people's houses. Yeah, not really about that. Meth should be illegal. Meth should definitely be illegal. I don't know. I don't know. you can just ignore them. Yeah, but here's the thing about narcissists: you ignore them, and not only do they think that you looking at them is an invitation, but narcissists will even force you to look at them. You've seen this, right? You've seen this, right? The narcissists see that you're not looking at them, not accidentally inviting them into your life. So then you've probably seen this, that the narcissist attempts to get you to look at them so that they'll then start blabbing and running their mouths. No, yeah, that's a tactic by the narcissist, by the way. Does narcissists even know that people are being told how to deal with them in these hostile situations and environments that they are creating? And one thing is to ignore them. It's to ignore them, yes. But now what the narcissists are doing is they seem to have cultivated a new strategy where if you ignore the narcissist attempts to then get you to turn around. This had a creepy old lady on the bus yesterday. Uh, and it's just this lady, she kept diddling her hair. And then I got up. I didn't want to deal with this anymore. The old lady kept diddling her hair on the bus. So I got up, and then as soon as other kids walked past her to get off the bus, I knew it. I knew it. She just started kind of mouthing off at them about everything. Total attention-seeking behavior. So, uh, no, yeah, we're extending the last call order because we have a bit of a cool chat going on. So we're going to extend the last call order. I think we'll call you Marjan if that's all right. Marjan, the homeless problem is more complicated to me because of the drug smell. The drug smell. Yes, where have smelled drugs. I think even in my own home, have smelled drugs. Um, well, have smelled dog shit. One have left the house. That might not be my neighbors, but it was certainly one neighbor who was doing that. I smelled a dog shit on my property, on the property, and nothing was being done about it at all. HOA had to intervene. It's like, hey, no, you can't treat the residential space like a doggy daycare and have all this dog shit laying around and stinking up the place. Ew, ew. No, yeah, to make matters on top of that worse, not only predatory old people around here, predatory people, even predatory old people, we have a bunch of dog nutters and nutters in general around here to deal with. Tweakers, we call them tweakers. So, a lot of tweakers in California. So I grew up in Kentucky, and we make the best baseball bats. You can carry a baseball bat. No, yeah. So in California, you can't carry a gun, but you can carry a baseball bat. So no, no, yeah, yeah. Kentucky, the Louisville Slugger is probably the best baseball bat known to man. The Louisville Slugger, that is probably my favorite baseball bat ever. I'm not sure if Ty Cobb had that baseball bat, but I think he probably had a Louisville Slugger. Probably Barry Bonds has a Louisville Slugger. I think Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter, Alfonso Soriano. I think they all have a Louisville Slugger. One of the best bats ever. No, yeah, you hit a ball with it, and it kind of just feels like you can get that ball over the bleachers. That is what's so cool about just the Louisville Slugger. Just that's one of my favorites. Um, you can say MK if it's easier. Okay, cool. We'll do. Uh, we'll call you Marjan. Kind of Marjan. That's cool. It kind of sounds like Marjan butter. That's pretty cool. Uh, you can call and even get your name. You can call and even get your name on it. Yeah, yep, you can. Yeah, Louisville Sluggers are really really cool. Uh, and then Servant of King Jesus. Thank you all for joining the show. Servant of King Jesus says Mark McGuire had one. Yeah, not surprised. Mark McGuire. Um, Yeah, I think Alfonso Soriano, I think he probably had one. Derek Jeter, I think he probably most certainly had one, used one before. Um, I think the Beard had one. Pretty sure, pretty convinced the Beard had one. SF Giants fans, they're okay. They've been kind of temperamental lately, but I'm like, you know what? You certainly had your 15 minutes, so it's just you can kick back, you can kind of chill back right quick. Don't try to dominate the room. So if you don't want to be narcissistic, one thing that's very important is not trying to dominate the room. Um, Narcissists do that too, though. They'll be like, "You're being narcissistic." I'm not more narcissistic for doing my job. Somebody's not narcissistic for doing their job. Somebody's not narcissistic for focusing on their health. People are narcissistic because they know that everybody can see it, and yet the narcissist insists on their abusing other people, abusing Californians, telling Californians, hey, you need to go to jury duty and replace your panel at the same time. And then when you're not doing that, we're all going to go to your favorite places and sit down and talk shit about you the second that you're walking past us. Even though you're not doing that to us, we're going to do it to you. And we're going to tell everybody about you, even though you're not doing anything. So yeah, don't make eye contact with narcissists. Is that relevant? They will try to get you to make eye contact with them so that they can then talk and start shit. This is probably Narcissist 101. Narcissist 101. The narcissist don't make eye contact no longer rings true for narcissists. I'm going to sound the alarm bell on that. I'm sounding the alarm bell on that. Just don't make eye contact doesn't hold true anymore. When it comes to narcissists, sounding the alarm bell. When it comes to narcissists, don't make eye contact doesn't hold true anymore. Now, not only do you not make eye contact, but you also have to make sure that you don't look at them for 1 second because you wonder what they're doing. Because then they have you. Then they have you. Marjan says that I think the museum is still open in Kentucky, but just ignore them. I always wear a car buds to ignore everyone. Earbuds to ignore everyone. All right, yeah, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. Narcissists may still try to get you to take your earbuds off. Narcissists always do this thing where it's like hey, hi. It's ridiculous. Are you an electrician? I am not an electrician, but I know what I have to do. So with this and that's cool, by the way, about the museum. Want to go to the museum. Don't really want to fly right now, but do want to go to Kentucky and want to see the baseball museum in Kentucky. That must be really cool over there. Am I an electrician? No, but I know what I have to do. I have to, for this electrical panel latest, do this or else. Oh, yeah, and by the way, you're on your own. Attempt at shaking me down in the state of California. The latest Californian shakedown. I know what I got to do. I have to get an estimate. I have to fill the permit. I have to do the inspection. Then I have to miss a day of work, if not more days of work, because then have to for 4 or 8 hours be here while the good electricians are replacing the panel. So at least it won't be Zinsco anymore. At least it'll be Pacific or something like that. Zinsco is basic. Zinsco is basic, but the problem is that it's too old and it's prone to fires. So, no, yeah, don't want Zinsco in my house. Just walk away. Yeah, that's right. That's why. No, yeah. Always walk away whenever you're under attack. Always walk away. Me now, yeah, we'll just say, no, yeah, on your way now. No, yeah, can tell. Here's the thing, narcissists, is after a while, people can just tell. So don't be surprised when the second anything comes out of your mouth, somebody is already giving you that reaction. It's because they know. They can tell. They know what you're going to say. They can tell what you're going to do. So you can't, after all that manipulation and then running away, all for nothing, you can't get upset. You have no right to get upset. No, yeah, this electrical panel, as annoying as it is, it's a learning opportunity. So can at least learn how some of this stuff goes. I was kind of bitching about this earlier, but now I'm going to be the guy who can't stop grilling the electrical when they're down here, asking them like, "Hey, how does this component work?" Or, "Hey, what do you do with this wire?" This is going to be pretty funny. But everybody's going to be doing this all at once. The street is going to be loaded. It's going to be off the hook. And it's going to be a bit of a dramatic weekend here in Larkspur. So I think I'm gonna go for a walk, but that's pretty much it. Definitely don't want to get drunk. That's alcohol at its worst. Getting drunk is annoying. It ruins the high that you can get from alcohol. So don't really want to get drunk. No. And don't want to be all uncoordinated and prone to negativity. That's not what I'm about. Um, but also, just want to get stuff done. So it's annoying that it's once again a mandate. It's annoying the state of California that oftentimes they're doing stuff because somebody else told you to do them instead of you're doing it because you want to do it. That's certainly that's definitely worth analyzing. I say it's like, why is everybody in California and their grandmother always making it so that you're doing something because they wanted you to do it, and it's not something that you want to do. So, Marjan says, I have family in California. It has been that way for 45 years. The traffic has always been terrible, but I don't recommend drinking. Oh, no, yeah. It's just the traffic is bad. You get held up while attempting to escape from San Francisco. And I always just look at everybody and say, it's Waymo. Might not always be Waymo. Sometimes it might be somebody doing wheelies or something. That could be funny sometimes. Uh, no, yeah, that's the traffic for you. You get held up over nonsense. And yeah, no, drinking is not. It's not totally cool. We'll still have some wine sometimes every couple of weeks, something like that. But that's pretty much it. We'll have wine sometimes. I think a lot of people have wine, not every week, and they might not even do it that much in public. They'll do most of their consumption at home, and not until after 6 o'clock or something like that. So it's not really that big a deal. BIP 2002 Bud says hello from Illinois. You popped up today in my feed. Oh, thank you. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully that's something that sounds like that was good. So appreciate that. What's the show about today? The problem of bureaucracy and narcissism in California, my friend. California is rife with bureaucracy and narcissism. You live in California, you're going to be summoned to jury duty and electrical panel replacements all in 1 week. And then when you're not dealing with that, you're dealing with constant street harassment in California. Street harassment. So this is a retarded state. This state is retarded. I don't know how anybody puts up with anybody or anything here. If it weren't for the good folk already in my life, no, yeah, I would have hop, skipped, and jumped. Way back there. way back there. But thanks, guys. That's going to go ahead and do the show. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Marjan, thank you so much for talking to me. And BIP 2002, thanks for talking to me. Servant of King Jesus, thanks for talking to me. Mullet McNasty, thanks for talking to me. And everybody, just appreciate you tuning in, and enjoy the weekend. Thanks. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. See you in the next video, and talk to you soon. And have a good weekend. Enjoy the weekend. All right. And here's my vibe that I get, by the way, when it comes to the state of California. And that is, wait, hold on here. I'm trying to find now, what is the vibe that Michael gets from the state of California?